Hey y'all, I'm Eric and I'm part of Southern Ketovore Couple. Today we're going to talk about how vegetable oils we use every day that are supposed to be so healthy are actually really harmful. We'll also cover some of the story as to why this popular misconception exists, as well as some healthy alternatives. So don't go anywhere. When I talk about vegetable oils, what I'm referring to is industrial hydrogenated oils we find on the shelves of every grocery store. The crazy thing is, they're not vegetable oils at all. You don't get them from squeezing broccoli or kale. These are things like cottonseed oil, safflower oil, corn oil, peanut oil, canola oil, and soybean oil. These are actually seed oils and are produced through superheating and chemically manipulating the seeds to produce a substance that is nothing like the oil you have in your kitchen cabinet. It's this process that destabilizes and destroys the chains of these fats at a molecular level. But we'll get to that in a second. First, let's understand what went on for it to end up in your kitchen in the first place. For hundreds, if not thousands of years, man has used natural fats in their diets. Things like tallow, lard, butter, and where available, coconut, palm, and olive oils. And accordingly, our bodies are built to utilize these fats efficiently and in a healthy way. Around the turn of the last century, in the early 1900s, the American cotton industry was booming, and it was discovered that a byproduct, the actual cotton seeds, could be manipulated into an industrial grease for machinery that was a much cheaper and readily available alternative than whale oil. In 1911, Procter & Gamble figured out they could use a stabilized form of it to make soap. A lot of it's still used in soaps today. But they also noticed that it looked and had a similar texture to lard. So they decided to market it as a food. They named it Crisco, and that's when hydrogenated seed oil, the main ingredient in soap and industrial grease, was introduced into the human food supply. It was around this time that margarine entered the market as well. Originally made with lard and coconut oil, this product, oleo, was a less expensive alternative to real butter. And I remember my great-grandmother telling me how it used to come with these yellow dye tablets that they would crush up and stir into it to make it look like table butter. This was during the Depression era of the 1920s. By the 1940s, by way of even heavier industrial processing and chemical manipulation, the seed oil industry, which had formed by that time, found a way to steam out the rancid odor, bleach out the gray color, add artificial dyes, and make their product into an oil that was just stable enough to bottle and to get onto supermarket shelves. So by 1958, these cheap oils replaced all of the previous healthy fats in margarine. But, we always see commercials and read articles about how these oils are cited by the American Heart Association to be good for us, right? And they wouldn't lie. They're an American nonprofit association that's looking out for us, right? Well, I don't know. In the 1940s, the AHA was a small, underfunded department with almost no presence in the American collective conscience. That all changed on December 20th, 1947, when the Jack Benny Show, a widely popular radio show, hosted a contest sponsored by none other than our buddies at Procter & Gamble. All of the proceeds of which, $1.5 million worth in 1947, were donated to the American Heart Association, who immediately took up proclaiming that vegetable oils were good for heart health. And to this day, they're still funded by those industries. If you want the truth, just follow the money. I mean, do you still think they're looking out for you? How much money do you donate to them? I know I don't donate any. And if all of these oils are so healthy for us, and smoking is at an all-time historical low, and people are working out more than they ever have and staying away from things like butter, why is it that the increase in heart attacks And cancer has grown at the exact same rate as the consumption of these oils over the last 50 years. I understand that correlation doesn't equal causation, but if that doesn't make you pause, maybe this will. In the 1980s, fast food restaurants, specifically McDonald's, switched from frying their fries in beef tallow, and they were so good, y'all. I mean, I was young then, but I remember them, to peanut and soybean oils. So not only did the taste suffer, but they also began to experience issues with cleaning the fryers and walls of their facilities properly. They had to switch from soap and water to strong industrial cleaners because the unstable molecules in the seed oils, when heated, broke down and reformed as polymers, y'all. I mean, this is what they're selling to us to put in our bodies, in our children's bodies, not only out at restaurants, but in our own homes. And they're telling us it's healthy. Think about it. I mean, how many of us even know what canola oil is? I know what a peanut is. I've seen corn. I know what cotton seeds are. But what's a canola? Canola stands for Canadian oil low acidic. And it's made from rape seeds, which I've never seen a rapeseed, but I've read about them, and if you consume them directly, they will kill you. Dead, gone, game over. They have to process them to neutralize them to get the toxicity out of them. Why would we want to eat that in the first place? So what about all of these oils is so harmful? I mean, it boils down to oxidative damage and stress in the body. When consumed, the molecules and fats are transported to every cell in your body, and they're stored there to be used as building blocks within the walls, within the cell itself. And when the cells try to use oxygen, unstable fats like the ones in these seed oils, the hydrogenated oils, they oxidize or they become rancid and unusable, and as a result, the cell dies. As cells continue to die and are replaced with equally weak cells built from the same poor material, a perfect condition begins there for the formation of cancer. So to combat this, your body releases its own natural defense systems, which is normal, to heal itself. The resultant condition is inflammation. Now, any of us on this diet, what do we battle constantly? We battle inflammation. This is called oxidative stress. A good example is to leave some butter or bacon grease or coconut oil on your kitchen counter for a week. Go ahead and do it. We do it all the time. After that week, they're still usable. You're good to go. Now leave an open container of margarine on your counter for a week. And when you come back, you're going to find it's rancid, it's unusable, and it goes in the trash where it should have been in the first place. Why? Because the unstable fat molecules have reacted with the air and have oxidized. They broke down. Imagine that happening in your entire body. Additionally, all of these oils have been shown to have high omega-6 content. Omega-6 and omega-3 are fats that the body can't produce on its own. We have to put them in, and we have to keep a balance of them. It's crucial. A normal balance, according to a historical human diet, is about 2-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3. And we always hear about boosting our omega-3 intake. Eat walnuts, eat this, eat that. Currently, most Western or American people eating a standard American diet are at a ratio of about 20-to-1 omega-6 to omega-3, with 70% of this coming from processed seed oils. So rather than pile on omega-3s, why not just subtract? Take out some omega-6. I mean, it makes sense, right? So what do we do about it? How do we fix the problem? Ditch the industrial oils for more stable, harder to oxidize, healthier options like butter, ghee, coconut oil, unheated olive oil, bacon grease, tallow, if you can find it, lard. And for Pete's sake, read labels, y'all. These oils, they sneak them in everything. They're in everything. But you can avoid them if you educate yourself and make good decisions. Anyway, I hope this helps y'all. I know it's been a little bit of a ride. Thanks for sitting through my rant. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit us up in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And share this video with anybody who you feel would benefit from the knowledge. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks, y'all. Bye.